find a place to go to, somewhere I haven't been. Somehow I can get into new. I've just knew something new would come through. Just gotta know it will. Look everywhere until you're seeing castles and kingdoms, pure mystical magic visions. You're being wizards and warriors, people you've never met, in places where you'll be at. New, that's where I'm gonna do all that I've wanted to. When things are getting old, you've gotta get old. What's going on here? Who turned on the machine? I have to stop it. No time to lose. There. Now, who's in here? Who turned on the machine? Me, miss. Who are you? Just me, miss. Where are you? Here, miss. Oh, so there you are. How did you get in here? I don't know. And why did you come in here? I'm afraid it's a little hard to explain, miss. Well, I think you better try to explain. Well, I'm not actually sure how I got here and why. You must have some idea. Well, I guess it must have all started this morning when I was at home doing my chores. Chores? Yes, chores. Like making the bed, folding the laundry, doing my homework, chores. And? Well, I started to get tired of doing all these things. So I decided to find something new for a change. I started going to the woods near my home, and suddenly I was here. I don't really know what happened. You say you were looking for something new? Yes, miss. Well, then I'm afraid you'll have to look somewhere else. You see, this place is very old. But it's new to me. Are you sure you weren't just snooping around, trying to cause trouble? Oh, no, miss, honest. Then why did you turn on the machine? It was an accident. Really, it was. Okay, I guess you're telling the truth. But you should be more careful in strange places. Yes, miss. This machine is in pretty good condition, is it not? But it's a mite stubborn. It doesn't want anybody but me working it, which is why it made such a racket when you turned it on. Gosh, it really is a fascinating machine. It looks almost alive. What does it do? Well, nothing now, but a long time ago, it made stories. Stories? Well, not just any stories, but special stories with morals. What are morals? That's kind of difficult to explain. Really, you need to hear a moral to know what it is. Why doesn't the machine make stories anymore?
Can't.
Why not?
Well, it's missing a very important part, which fits right over here.
Can't you buy a new part?
Well, I ordered one, but it hasn't arrived yet. Can't imagine what could be holding it up.
When did you order it?
Let's see. Come November, that will have been exactly 2,000 years ago.
What?
Well, mail's a little slow around these parts.
Excuse me for asking this, miss, but how old are you?
2,439.
2,400? Wow, that's a lot of birthday parties.
Well, truth to tell, birthday parties aren't as important to me now that I'm reaching middle age.
Are you really 2,439 years old?
Do I look it?
Oh no, miss. You don't look a day over 1,000.
Well, nice of you to say so. Well, I've enjoyed our little chat, but now I think it's time for you to go.
Can't I stay a little longer?
I'm honestly surprised I let you stay this long. We don't ordinarily allow visitors here. Well, goodbye. Did you tell me your name?
It's Margot.
Margot. A pleasure meeting you, Margot.
And it's a pleasure meeting you, Miss...
Aesop. Anastasia A. Aesop.
Goodbye, Miss Aesop. And I'm sorry for coming here without being invited.
It was an honest mistake, I'm sure.
Well, it's easy to make an honest mistake, but it's not a mistake being honest. Goodbye.
Margot! Wait just a minute!
Yes, Miss Aesop?
Would you say that again?
You mean goodbye?
No. No, I meant the part about the honest stuff.
Let's see. It's easy to make an honest mistake, but it's not a mistake being honest.
Where did you hear that before?
Nowhere. I just made it up.
That, Margot, is a moral.
It is?
Yes, and it's a pretty good one at that. Tell me, Margot, do you know any other morals?
I'm not sure. I still don't understand what a moral is.
Well, if you were to listen closely to a narrative, do you think you could illustrate its intent?
Do what to its what?
If you were to hear a tale, do you think you could tag it with a truth?
Do what with the what?
If I were to tell you a story, can you tell me what it means?
I guess I could try.
All right, step right over here, my girl, and we'll put you to the test.
But I...
All parts in position.
Miss Aesop, I think I'd better...
Turn on the machine.
I'll be electrocuted!
And let the fabulous Fable Factory begin! Looks like a fine story. It only needs one thing to make it special. So, Margot, all you have to do is... Margot! What's the matter?
You mean I wasn't electrocuted?
Don't be silly! This machine was invented 2,300 years before electricity was even discovered. Shocking, isn't it? Now, are you ready to hear the story?
I think so.
Sit right over here. Margot, I want you to listen closely to the story and hear what it has to say. I think you're going to like this one. It's all about the country mouse and the city mouse. Once received a letter from her cousin in the country.
A special delivery here for Miss Regina L. Rodent III.
I am Regina Rodent.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Dear Cousin Regina, why don't you just pack up sometime and take a visit to the country? We sure love to have you. Truly yours, Milty.
That's very nice of him. The country isn't always well educated, but certainly well ventilated, and I could use some fresh air. Yes, I will visit my cousin Milty Mouse.
So Regina packed her bags and went for a weekend in the country.
Wanna see your cousin in the country or natty city slicker? Metro liner. Ride the super choo-choo and you're guaranteed to get there so much quicker. Metro liner, nothing finer.
Howdy, Regina.
Good day, Milty.
Awful nice to see ya.
The feeling is mutual, I'm sure.
Eh?
It's very good to see you too.
Oh. Sit a spell.
Thank you.
Hungry?
Somewhat.
Well then, I'll just rustle up a tad of grub.
The country mouse had little to offer, but he gave freely of his meager food.
What's this?
Buttermilk and turnip greens.
What's this?
Hominy grits and rhubarberry jam.
What's this?
Pig's feet and possum pie.
I do not mean to offend you, Cousin Milty, but how can you put up with such awful food as this? And live in such a dilapidated house?
Easy. All I got.
Come with me to the city. Once you've lived in the city for a week, you'll never want to return to the country again.
Now, Regina, I'm sure I'm not really...
But before Milty knew what had happened, he was off to the city.
Wanna see your cousin in the country or natty city slicker? Metro liner. Ride the super choo-choo and you're guaranteed to get there so much quicker. Metro liner, nothing finer.
They arrived late that night.
You will want some refreshments after our long journey.
Said the polite Regina as she took her cousin into a grand dining room in which held what was left of a fine feast.
My goodness gracious. Look at all this food. I ain't never,
Haven't ever. We're in the city, you know.
haven't ever seen a spread like this in my whole entire life. What's this?
Chocolates,
My, what's this?
caviar,
What's this?
champagne.
My, what are those?
Cats!
Finally, after the long chase, the mice found a hole where they could hide away until the cats became tired and went away.
Goodbye, cousin Regina. I appreciate your hospitality.
What? Leaving so soon?
Yeah, I've seen about all the city I need to see.
So Milty waved goodbye to his cousin and was off to the country again.
Wanna see your cousin in the country or natty city slicker? Metro liner. Ride a super choo-choo and you're guaranteed to get there so much quicker. Metro liner. Ooh, glide along our rails. All aboard for a thrill. Everybody's leaving 'cause our super choo-choo's even got a diner. Metro liner, nothing finer.
Howdy, old country home. It's sure good to be back. I think I'll celebrate with a nice plate of rhubarberry grits and possum pie.
So there Milty stayed, enjoying his quiet life in the country. But occasionally, he was reminded of his close call in the city when he would hear a distant train.
Metro liner. Ooh, yeah. interesting story.
Yes. But did you learn anything from what you just saw?
I sure did. I learned that the machine can also act out the stories.
Yes. But, Margot, what I'm asking is, do you know what the story means?
I'm not 100% sure, but...
Take your time and write down what you think the moral is at the bottom of the story here. There's just one thing better than leaving home, and that's coming back again.
Hey, that's not bad! The girl knows how to turn a phrase.
That's what the story means, all right.
She's okay.
Just a minute!
Just a minute. It's true. She did that one pretty well.
She certainly did.
Sounded good to me. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. I think we all need a little more time.
Well, we have plenty of that.
I feel that Margot needs another try. Perhaps a shorter story this time.
Maybe Miss Aesop is right. She probably knows best.
After all, it is her factory. All set, Margot? Time for another story. Everyone in your positions. Oh, and right over here with you.
Miss Aesop, I don't understand.
You will, Margot. You will. Selector, switch, and let the fabulous Fable factory begin.
Here it is.
Why don't you read this one, Margot?
Me?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. 1 quart of milk, 2 dozen eggs, 5 pounds of bacon.
Hold on, what's that you're reading there? My grocery list. How did that get into the machine? Oh, here's a story on the other side. The Dog and the Shadow.
A dog was once received a nice piece of meat by a friendly butcher.
Enjoy this meat, little pooch, for it's the last one I'll be giving you for a while, with the meat prices and all.
So the little dog started to walk back home with his feast. On the way, he passed by a running brook. He glanced at the water below, and he saw his shadow reflected into the water beneath. Thinking it was another dog with another piece of meat, he then made up his mind to have that one too. So he snapped at the shadow in the water. But just as he opened his mouth, his own piece of meat fell out, dropped into the water, and was never seen again. So the poor doggy went back home without a thing to eat for supper that night. Nothing whatever at all.
You read that very well, Margot. Now, just jot down what you think the moral is at the bottom of the story here. If you're too selfish or too greedy, it isn't any doggone fun.
Bravo! She's marvelous.
Just what we've needed.
A star.
Oh, please, wait, just a minute. Settle down. Come now. We don't want to scare Margot off, do we? Margot, I'm going to let you in on something very few people know about.
Really?
That's right. I'm going to tell you how the Fable Factory operates.
Wow.
Are you interested?
Am I interested? That be Nizzo, Gruvo, Double Plus Kino!
What does that mean?
I think it means she's interested.
Oh, very well then. Sit right over here, my young friend. See, here's the first thing you should realize. Every Fable factory that is really up to date has a set of working parts that always number 8. And so, Margot, if you would like to know just what they do and why they work and how much time they take, I'll introduce you to the parts and to the sounds they make. Whoosh, 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 zoom, 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 push, push, revolve, balloon, push, push, revolve, balloon. Oh, well, what better place to start a tour than right here with Straussy, the story starter. Take a piece of paper, put a title at the top. A story starter worth their salt would never start a flop. Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon. Next up we have Pluto, the plot plotter, and Cassie, the character conceiver.
When the plotter does her part, pleasing plots occur. The character conceiver gives their plots their character.
Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon. Up next we have Wadsworth, the word maker, and always at her side, Gretel, the grammar guardian. Work the words so carefully till they say what you think. Regard your grammar guardedly to keep it in the pink. Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon. And our last two parts, Felix, the feeling finder, and Emma, the emotion emoter.
Finders of your feelings finally make you know just why. Emoters of emotions make you laugh or make you cry.
Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon. But there's a part that's missing from our Fable factory, the makers of our morals, which we need so desperately. Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon. So if you see a moral maker with a lonely face, tell them there's a spot somewhere. Margot, you're standing in their place. Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, 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 push, push, revolve, balloon, push, push, revolve, balloon. Whoosh, whoosh, zoom, zoom, push, push, revolve, balloon.
But, Miss Aesop, why do you need a moral maker? Can't you have a fable without one?
I'm afraid not, Margot. You see, it's the moral that makes the story become a fable. Do you understand?
I guess so.
You see, a fable is a story, but it's a special kind of story, and that's where the moral comes in.
Oh?
And that's why we need a moral maker, because if we had one, well, we could go back into operation the way we were over 2,000 years ago. Do you remember the way it was? We'd spend all day working in the factory creating wondrous tales, exciting stories, and fabulous fables to behold. And then, when the sun went down and the moon was rising, people took their evening strolls in the cool night air, and we'd go out into the streets with our wares, calling to those friendly faces out there, "Will you buy my story? Is there someone who
Pennies, have you pennies for
has a penny for me?
story? Will you buy
I have
my
fables here for you. They will open your eyes to the ways of the wise, tell you truths in disguise cleverly. Will you buy my story?
Will you buy my fables fabulous to see? Will you buy my story? Will you hear my tale? Have you pennies for me? I have fables here for sale.
But if your pennies are few, tell you what I will do. Give you fables if you promise me. You will study them with care. Learn a lesson you can share. And then go tell them everywhere. You can have these fables free.
Fables fabulous to see. Will you buy my story? Will you buy my story? City Roads and Country Lanes. Will you buy my story? Is there someone who has a penny for me? I have fables here for you.
Read the wrongs versus rights, hear a carol and implies.
Let me fashion tonight's fantasy. Will you buy my story from the fabulous Fable Factory? Will you buy my story? Will you hear my tale? Have you pennies for me? I have fables here for sale. They will open your eyes to the ways of the wise, tell you truths in disguise cleverly. If you study them with care, learn a lesson you can share, and then go tell them everywhere. You can have these fables free, fables fabulous to see. Will you buy my story? Fresh from the fabulous Fable Factory. Will you buy?
Why is everyone looking at me?
We need a moral maker, Margot.
You make morals, Margot.
Marvelous morals, Margot.
Gee, maybe. Maybe I've just been lucky so far.
Don't be modest, Margot. You're not lucky. You're the diddle the squishest.
I'm what?
The diddle the squishest.
Is that good?
Wadsworth is always coming up with new words, Margot. And as the grammar guardian, I shall analyze this new adjective, diddly squish.
diddly squisher and diddly squishest. My goodness, Wadsworth was giving you a superlative compliment, Margot.
Gee, thanks, Wadsworth.
It's easy finding a nice feeling for you, Margot. I can't conceive a better character than you for our moral maker, Margot.
Just a minute. Please. We've emoted all our strong emotions for Margot, but maybe she's still not sure about us.
Emma's right. Perhaps Margot needs a little more time to decide whether or not she'd like to join us, right, Margot?
Well, moral making's still a bit new to me. So maybe we should do a few more fables so I can get a better feeling for the job?
Great idea.
Okay with us.
Miss Aesop, can I start a couple of stories this time?
Sure, Straussy.
Let's do 3.
Why not?
It's been a while since we've had this much fun.
Can we do 3, Mrs. Aesop?
Okay. I will pull the lever 3 times.
Not so fast, Miss Aesop, or I won't be able to keep all the plots apart.
Get in line, Pluto. Don't be a plotz.
My, you two bicker so. Actually, Pluto and Cassie are great frowls.
Frowls?
It's another of Wadsworth's words, a combination of friends and pals.
Frowls. Friends and pals. Oh, I get it. You all seem to be great frowls.
Indeed we are.
Everybody all set? Selector, switch, and let the fabulous Fable Factory begin. Now, which one of these shall we do first? This one looks fine. The farmer and the donkeys. Oh, Emma, why don't you read the story and I'll just sit back and enjoy it.
But Miss Aesop, it's been so long since I've been in public.
You'll do fine, Emma.
But who will read my part in the fable?
Oh, I'm sure we'll find someone.
A farmer once went into town to purchase 2 donkeys.
This certainly is a fine-looking donkey.
The best that money can buy,
But
said the merchant to the farmer.
but I really need 2 donkeys. Do you have another?
I'm afraid not. Marvin is my last one. However, you might be able to find another donkey on the other side of town.
Very well then. Come, Marvin.
So the farmer paid the merchant, and together with Marvin, went to the other side of town.
I have goats, I have pigs, I have...
Excuse me, sir, but do you have a donkey for sale? I need another one to go along with Marvin.
Your search is over, my friend. Do I have a donkey for you? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is Marion. Such an animal. This beautiful beast used to pull a welcome wagon in a community that never developed. One owner, low mileage, and very good on oats. Would you like to take Marion for a spin?
No thanks, I'll take your word for it. Come, Marion.
So the farmer paid for Marion and tied her to the other end of the rope. Soon, the 3 of them were off to the farm.
Well, my little friends, here's your new home. You must be tired and hungry after such a long trip. I'll get you some food.
The farmer bought a bucket of oats for Marion and a bucket of oats for Marvin.
Eat well. I'll go tell my family we're home.
Both donkeys were very hungry, so without wasting a moment, they headed for their oats.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
Shall we try again?
Yes, let's.
I'm afraid you have to follow me to my bucket so I may eat.
Begging your pardon, but you will have to follow me to my bucket so that I may eat.
Are you saying that you plan to eat first?
Not only do I plan to eat first, I will eat first.
Over this donkey's dead body you will.
Then they started to fight. They wallowed this way and that. Soon, the farmer's daughter came out to see her father's new donkeys.
I can hardly wait to see Father's new donkeys. I'll bet they're the cutest, sweetest little things you ever saw.
The farmer's daughter ran to the barnyard where she saw the terrible fight.
Stop! Stop! Wait! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Little donkeys, shame, shame. Now, what's the problem?
Marion won't let me eat my oats.
No. The problem is Marvin won't let me eat my oats.
It's her fault.
It's his fault.
Stop! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! Little donkeys, may I offer a suggestion?
Oh, I guess so. Not a bad idea. Want to try it?
Okay, let's.
Marion, you're a groove.
And Marvin, you're okay too.
By the way, what's your name?
What's my name? Well, Farmer's Daughter is my name. Solving problems is my game. So if you give a little cheer, I'll tell you what's the moral here.
Yay,
Margot, we need a moral.
So if you give a little cheer, I'll tell you what's the moral here. It's hard to work with anyone when you're as stubborn as a mule.
Especially if you're a donkey. Ha ha ha.
That was terrific.
You did it again, Margot.
The best one yet.
Hey, Miss Aesop, can we do the next fable now?
Oh, I suppose so.
The Lion and the Mouse.
Oh, no, not me. Okay, fine, but a very small part with no words.
There's a tree in the story. Would you like to be a tree?
Okay, I'll be a tree on one condition, that Cassie reads the story. How'd I get myself into this? Once, when a lion was asleep, a little mouse began running up and down on him.
Scooby, booby, booby, booby. Scooby dooby dooby, Scooby doo. What do I do? What do I?
Soon the lion awakened.
Scooby, wabba bad jam session. I do feel a case of the blues coming on.
Then the lion opened his jaws to eat the mouse.
Roar! Oh, pardon me, Your Grace,
Cried the little mouse.
I didn't mean to wake you while you were knocking out the Z's. Forgive me this time, and I'll never forget it. Who knows? Maybe I could do you a big favor one day.
You do me a big favor? Ha ha ha! Roar! That's a rich one, all right. You couldn't possibly do me a big favor, little mouse. But since you've given me such a good laugh today, I will let you go. Count yourself lucky.
So the mouse thanked the lion and disappeared into the jungle.
Oh, thank you, Your Grace. You're very kind, Your Grace. Be seeing you, Your Grace. Oh, gracious!
The lion smiled and yawned and went back to sleep. Soon appeared 2 hunters who were searching for wild animals to sell to the zoo. They spied the sleeping lion.
Hey, Harriet, I think I spy a sleeping lion.
Okay, let me check this animal book. What does lion start with?
Probably starts with a big breakfast, then if he's still hungry.
Homer, you yo-yo! Here. Lion starts with an L. Description, big animal. Check. Long tail. Check. Fuzzy coat. Check. And bad breath. That's a lion, Homer. That's a lion. Now, we'll capture him, tie him to a tree, and go get the truck. Where are you going, Homer?
To get the truck, Harriet.
Homer, we both capture him, we both get the truck, and we both tie him to the tree.
I like my plan better.
Soon the hunters captured the lion.
Homer, you coconut! You're tying me to the tree!
Harriet, what are you doing all tied up? You're not a lion.
Untie me, you boo-boo!
Soon the hunters had the lion all tied up. Then they went to get the truck.
Oh, how humiliating! And me, king of the beasts.
Ra-ba-da-ba, booby, ra-ba-da-ba, Scooby, booby, booby. Scooby-dooby-dooby, Scooby-doo. Wah-doo-wah, doo-doo-wah-doo-wah. Help! Hark, that sounds like a familiar voice.
Help!
Ooh, Your Grace! Man, you've been blown with a bad group. Here, maybe I can help.
You little mouse!
Yes, maybe I can gnaw through the ropes with my teeth.
Your teeth are that strong.
I brush after every meal and see my dentist twice a year.
The little mouse began to gnaw.
Na 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 na. I'm gnawing.
Hurry! I think I hear them coming.
Na 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 na. Finish. Let's go.
I can't seem to find the truck, Homer. I mean, we're driving.
But you had the road map.
Oh no!
What is it, Harriet?
The lion's gone!
Oh no!
I said that already!
Well, let's go see if we can catch a couple of rabbits. Maybe take them back to the zoo.
You dingling!
So the hunters departed, but they left behind them a couple of happy animals.
Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo. Wah-doo-wah, wah-ba-da-ba, Scooby, wah-ba-da-ba, booby, booby, booby. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, Scooby-Doo. Wah-doo-wah, doo-doo-wah-doo-wah.
friends may prove to be great friends, and I'm not lying to you.
Hey, where's the third story we made?
I have it here someplace. This isn't it.
Margot, why are you carrying around a piece of hard candy?
It's my last one. See? This isn't it.
What's that, Margot?
It's a fortune teller, Strassi.
A fortune teller?
Sure. See? Here's the Fable! Oh no, I thought I left this at home. It's okay, Gretel. It's only plush, Wadsworth.
Okay. I thought maybe it ate the Fable.
Oh my goodness.
I'm terribly sorry, Gretel. I didn't mean to scare you.
It's all right, Margot. I don't usually get scared. Only when I hear poor grammar.
I think this is what you were looking for. Gretel, do you feel up to reading this one?
As long as it's written properly.
Right. Actually, let's see what this one's about. The Tortoise and the Hare.
There once was a hare.
Hey, sister, cool that jive. I mean, come off that hair stuff. I'm a rabbit. I say R-A, give me a B. I say R-A, give me another B. I say R-A-B-B-I. I say R-A-B-B-I-T. Now, what does that spell?
Rabbit, I think. But you see, sir, a rabbit is also called a hare.
Nah, no way. Not this rabbit. Dig.
Dig. There once was a rabbit who was boasting of his speed to the other animals.
I am the fastest. If any cat, I say any cat, wants to dig my speed, I hereby let them accept the challenge, and I will leave them behind in a cloud of dust. I will move away from him like he was backing up. In short, man, I ruined the race. Now, who wants to contest the champ?
No one would dare accept the challenge, not even the fast antelope, the speedy deer, or the lightning cheetah.
Right.
They all thought the hare,
Watch it.
excuse me, rabbit was too fast for them.
Well, that settles it. I'm the best. Number one, top rabbit, king of the hill, world champ.
Not necessarily.
Who said that?
Down here.
Hey, man, you're nothing but a slow turtle.
Tortoise.
Okay, tortoise. If that's your hang-up, so hurry, man. I'm busy being the king. What do you want?
To race against you.
That's funny. Okay, Daddy, you got yourself a race. We'll start here. Run around the countryside and end up right where we started. Deal?
Deal.
Now, how much of a head start do you want?
Not any.
Not any. Okay, let me get this straight. I am the fastest creature on the earth, and you're the slowest creature on the face of this groovy terra firma. And you don't want a head start? Well, if getting beats your back, maybe I'll accommodate the situation. Get it up, brother, and right on.
The race began, and it was soon evident that the rabbit was too fast for the poor tortoise.
Too much for that old turtle. He's so far behind, he's out of sight. Of course, I'm out of sight too. I think I'll go into showbiz when I retire. But right now, I think I'll just take a little snooze.
As the rabbit slept, the old tortoise kept plodding along. Soon, the rabbit awoke.
Man, I'm ready now. Wonder where that old turtle is. I think I'll go back and tease him a tad. Hey, has you seen an old turtle crawling around anywhere?
He went that way, partner.
What?
Suddenly, the race was really on. And just as suddenly, the race was over.
I'd like to thank my mom and my dad and my high school track coach.
Mr. Tortoise, what do you think we can learn from your victory today?
I'm glad you asked that question. When you fall asleep while you're in a race, don't be surprised if you lose by a hair.
Well, Margot, have you made up your mind yet?
About what?
About us.
About you?
Yes, we just wonder if you have decided.
About how you feel toward, that is...
I'll work the words on this one, Margot. What they're trying to say is, do you like us?
Oh, do I like you? What can I say? I could say that you're terrific, but you're more than that. I could say that you're fantastic, but that won't do either. I could say you're magnificent, but that's still not enough. Instead, let me put it this way. You have definite possibilities. Considering your abilities, you might possibly be okay. Considering we've just said hello, instinctively I would like to know specifically just what makes it go, if I may. You have a passable personality. Your courtesy, kindness, loyalty score an honorable mention too. Your manner and style a little blah. Your intellect welcome see, come saw. But overall I still got one hurrah to you. When you're looking for a friend, don't jump too quick. Take a little time to blend before
before you're thick. Then if you can get things cooking up your way, suddenly you both are looking up and saying you have definite possibilities. Consider the mutualities. You are definitely okay. Considering you have just met me, considering I like what I see, considering that I'm possibly here to stay. Looking for a friend.
When you're looking for a friend,
don't jump too quick.
Don't jump too quick.
Take a little time to plan. Before you're thick. And if you can get things cooking up your way, suddenly you both are looking up and saying you have definite possibilities.
definite possibilities.
You are definitely okay. Considering you have just met me, considering I like what I see, considering that we're possibly here to stay.
So, Margot, does this mean you'll stay and be our moral maker?
What do you think?
Margot?
Yes, Miss Aesop?
Before you make your final decision, there are a few things you should know.
Oh?
Well, if you stay with us, it's for a long time.
Oh, that's okay. I could come in every Friday after school and I can make morals all weekend.
It doesn't work that way, Margot.
It doesn't?
This isn't a part-time job.
You mean I have to be here all the time?
Yes.
Oh, I know. I can try here for a week or two, and when I decide to leave, it doesn't work that way either.
I'm afraid not. You see, the Fable Factory, it's sort of magical, in a sense. It moves with time and with space. Do you understand?
I don't think so.
Well, let me put it this way. You see, today, we're here, but tomorrow, who knows? We could be thousands of miles away. Maybe even in another country.
Wow.
And that's why you must consider your decision very carefully, Margot.
Oh, I really do want to stay. I know I'll miss my home. And my family. Even my chores. I don't know what to do.
Well, you still have a few minutes to decide. I'm sure we'll be in this neighborhood a little bit longer. Let me read you one lost fable. Maybe it will help you decide. You know which one it is. Move along now, we haven't got much time. The Ant and the Grasshopper.
giant and a grasshopper once set out to see the world. Along the way, they came across a nice, comfortable meadow where they stopped to rest for a few days.
Miss Grasshopper, I just about have our world trip all planned out.
Delightful. Ah, delightful.
Oh, there, that should do it. Come along, Miss Grasshopper. Time to continue our world journey.
Mr. Ant, I have decided to stay here. I'm sure no other place on Earth is so delightful.
But we made plans. We have places to see, things to do.
It's easier staying right here.
Very well then, I shall go alone.
Just remember, Mr. Ant, while you're walking those long miles, climbing those steep mountains and crossing those long rivers, I'll be right here enjoying the summer breezes. Delightful.
So the diligent ant continued his journey while the grasshopper stayed in the meadow.
He'll be back.
But before long, the summer turned to winter, and with it came the first snowfall.
Hey, it's the first snowfall. I'll bet my old friend the ant is freezing up on a mountaintop somewhere.
I have a postcard here for Miss Grasshopper in care of this meadow.
I'm Miss G. Hopper.
Ah, Paris is perfect this time of year. I certainly do wish you were here, Mr. Ant.
Paris? How did he get to Paris?
Telegram, telegram, telegram! A telegram from Miss Grasshopper.
Thanks.
Elegant England is ever so fair. I'm awfully sorry that you're still there.
England? How did he get to England? And why is he sorry that I'm still here? It's delightful.
A package for Miss G. Hopper?
A package? Thanks. Wow, what could it be?
Ah, having a wonderful time in the Hawaiian sun. It's too bad you aren't sharing this fun.
Hawaii? Well, that settles it. I will go see the world after all. But I'll never be able to catch up with Mr. Ant. Oh, I know. Just hop over to the airport.
Sorry, the plane has flown.
Oh, well, I've got it. Just run down to the dock.
Sorry, that ship has sailed.
Oh, well, I've got it. Zip down to the terminal.
Sorry, the bus is blown.
Oh, well, the meadow is still nice, but so is Paris and England and Hawaii. I'll bet they aren't just nice. I'll bet they're delightful.
So there the grasshopper stayed, wondering what would have happened had she done all the things she should have done. Time for the moral, Margot.
Why don't you make a moral for this one, Miss Aesop?
All right, but I think you know what it is.
I think I do.
The time is now, the time to be open to the world around you. Past it has flown, future still unknown. Now is the time you must choose. With 2 eyes that see and a mind to know what to do if a voice should say, the time is now, the time of your life, the time of your life is today, today. Miss Aesop? I think I'd rather be more like the ant and not like the grasshopper.
I think you've made the right decision.
I do want to stay,
And we'd like for you to.
but as you said, I have plans to make, things to do.
As do most 12-year-olds.
How did you know I was 12?
Is there a better judge of age than me?
When I leave, what will you do for a moral maker?
Oh, don't worry about us. You see, we may not get a permanent moral maker like the one we ordered, but we can usually find a temporary one.
Like me?
You see, somewhere out there, there might be someone who's looking for something new. And who knows? Maybe they'll find us. For a little while, at least.
I hope so. Goodbye, Strassi.
Rawr!
Goodbye, Cassie. Goodbye, Pluto. Goodbye, Wadsworth.
Stay the squishest.
Goodbye, Gretel.
Goodbye, Margot.
Goodbye, Felix. Goodbye, Emma. I think you're all just, well, the tildy squishest. Goodbye, Miss Aesop. I enjoyed being your Frau.
Frau?
You know, as someone who was a friend and a pal.
Oh, of course. Well, you'll always be my Frau, Margot. Now, you better be running along. No, that's what you have to do. Find places to go to. Do things you've never done. Now is the time to run.